Fair.
You guys too. See you later.
See ya.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
See ya.
Yeah. Hit the shoot
Yeah.
screen. Right.
Does that mean
Hit the
we
shoot.
have to behave, Bob?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Bob.
Yeah, is history a good subject to talk about? Okay.
Hey, Bob. Just meet me in the ganglion room just for 1 second. Hey, Bob. I figured out what's wrong. Why I can't drag people in. Because when it's an admin function, once you go into that live room, because I was able to drag people in, and then once you're in there, I can't. So, like, watch this. I'll go in. You see that? I can't bring you in there. I can't bring people in. But I think you see? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna stick Flat Earther on our ex Flat Earther. You know who that is? Jose. It's, as you know, it's a joke, girl. So one of us. Yeah, whatever. He's come. Anybody gonna talk? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. I wonder if
Hi.
anyone's still awake. It got too quiet. That's too quiet for a live stream room. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what that would go over like. Just a horrible thought I had.
Go on.
Have a nice conversation with, say... Oh, I'm just trying to think of a really good flat earther. What do you think? Which one would you say would be a good one?
That's a really hard question.
Yeah.
Quantum Eraser.
That sounds awful.
Exactly. Looks like the stream we were in early today is already at 550 freaking views on it. That's yeah. Hopefully Bob remembers to give us a link to the YouTube channel so we can subscribe to that YouTube channel. Hey Bob?
Where is that?
You gonna send me a link? Place a link in VC text or something. Sure.
Are you not already subscribed to the second channel?
Am I?
No, I'm asking how are you not already? Oh yeah, I get that. No, I'm asking how are you not already?
How about ring laser gyros? That's what we're going to try to figure out. Figure out how to prove to the flirts that they actually do exactly as they say. Not precise enough, too much friction. That the Earth is in fact rotating, and that try to prove to them that it is the Earth rotating. Yeah.
A moving experience.
Hmm.
No.
Say it again. I have a fair amount of knowledge, but not enough to start demonstrating and teaching people. Like I said, I'm not. I haven't got it understood enough myself, even though I'm trying to build one. But until I get it down pat, I will not try to teach on a circuit. I am not taught myself yet completely, so I can't be an authority on it yet. That wouldn't be right.
It's a little bit like a Doppler radar, isn't it?
What? Say it again. Yeah, it does have that principle about it.
If I remember the animation that FTFE keeps using, it splits the laser into two different beams and it measures the difference between both of the beams returning back to the source.
Satnac? I think it's Satnac, but yep. Yes. Sounds like fun.
Oh, nice.
It's been too cloudy here to use the telescope for quite some time.
Same here. Plus,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Doesn't
same
want
here
to
with
know
the
properly.
telescope and cloud issue. But I mean, for some reason, when I set up the tracking on it, it's always off.
Well, you gotta switch it back on, you know.
Yeah. This that was my night sky last night.
Nice.
Hello, Rodrigo.
Hi.
Oh,
We're now talking about telescopes and science stuff.
Oh, nice. I bought the telescope this year, but I couldn't get it because of COVID-19.
Well, that's no fun. Awesome telescope.
Yeah, yeah, I had to uh, desist.
I'm just multitasking while we have fun here.
Yeah, I'm developing some software too.
36. Hmm. A cat cam. You know, detective type backing music just came to mind when you said that. You know, Do 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 do. That is what it was. Yeah, that's what I got. Good one. You guessed it. Hey, at least when you're looking up, you're seeing sky, not seeing core. Yeah. Well, like I said, it's easy to teach the flat earthers pressure gradient. Just give them in a high altitude jumbo jet with window open somewhere. They'll learn pressure gradient real quick. Just make sure the pilot's got a pressurized cab or cockpit.
Yeah.
Rock and Robin, Tweedly Deet. Oh, there he is. We know somebody's a country folk when they call someone slick. We know somebody's a country folk when they call someone slick. You might want to mute your YouTube there, Slick. Might want to mute your YouTube there, Slick. See what I mean? Yeah.
I'm here. Excellent. Hey, I'm happy to be here.
Speaking of,
Well, actually, I haven't much. I've had, this is the first blue sky I've had in quite a long time. So, yeah, no kidding. Well, I lived in Michigan until I was about 13. I remember years when we didn't see the sun between October and March. Got it? Fabulous. Absolutely.
let us know if they're around.
Yeah. That Saturn guy is a weird cat.
Yeah. Solar
That's right.
Those are beautiful things.
Now, you know the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn on the 21st is just going to be incredible. You need to get that on film.
During that conjunction, though, you better make sure you have the crystal shard in place and drive around just at the right time so that it makes the world normal again.
There you go.
The dark crystal.
The dark crystal.
Absolutely. Well, I see a pretty clear pretty clear sky here in DeLand, Florida today. But it rained earlier, so it's sort of like Michigan here. We're a peninsula just like you are. So if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
That's what they say. Oh, they said that on Back to the Future too. If you don't like the weather,
Wow.
To what? Sorry? Nah, I don't have. Sorry. I wish I had. Wish I
Brazil would
had.
be a great place to see it.
yeah.
That would be nice, yeah.
Some
Yeah.
parts of Brazil, not my part.
Uh-oh.
I'm too far to the south, too far away from the equator. You know.
Well, for the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, the further south you are, the better off you are.
Oh, then it's perfect.
Very high in the sky for you. Leave
but
pretty
this,
low for Bob.
but the region where I live, it has a lot of humidity in the air. You know, it's hard to have a clear sky here,
Yes.
mainly
But
at night. Hmm?
for planets, humidity is good.
Oh yeah, you get a lens effect from the atmosphere.
Well, you also have a lot steadier atmosphere. I was at a star party in the Keys, and a friend of mine who was from Arizona had his telescope out, and he had a 6 millimeter eyepiece he had never used because the air is so unsteady in the desert that you can only use medium or low power.
Whoa.
Wow.
Absolutely. Humidity steadies the atmosphere because the water in the atmosphere conducts heat. You don't have
Yeah.
cells of hot and warm air.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
That explains one problem. That explains something for me then.
This year I bought a Dobsonian. I think it was 20 inches equatorial mounted telescope, but I couldn't take it because everything got closed because of the COVID, and it was in São Paulo, so I had to travel there and take it. It was very fragile, so I would have to take a lot of care. So I canceled it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was a better option. I had access, I think.
Do you think you'll ever get it there?
I don't think so. This guy was the only seller, and probably somebody else already bought it because it was very cheap for the equipment it was, and there is no other option below a price that I can pay. You know, a new it was used. A new one is very expensive here.
Or more.
Yeah, it was it. Yeah, yeah, it's expensive. Uh,
Don't
yeah.
tell her. Don't tell her. Say you picked up for a few $100 a yard sale.
There you go. It would
Hey,
heat water.
hey, Daniel Pratt, behave yourself. .24 volts on 39.5 ohms. I'm trying to figure out
Those trees are in a conspiracy, you know.
Could,
It's
could
so
I
expensive to buy.
Yeah, why not?
There you go.
So 130.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I don't know if anybody can answer.
No, we can't. We don't want to know. Don't tell us. No.
I've been getting into the astrophotography thing a bit. I can't afford to get myself a telescope, but I've got the camera. I've got a half decent lens that will take me to 600 millimeters, and I'm mostly interested in sort of just taking general shots of the sky. And I was looking at a one of these powered mounts
Mm-hmm.
for tracking.
Yeah, the go-to mounts they call them.
Yeah, this and sort of because Skywatcher do sort of seem to do 2 or 3 different ones, and I know Wolfie uses them.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
But I'm just trying to find somebody who's actually used them that might be able to give me some views on how easy how easy the different ones are to set up and use.
Well, that's an interesting question. You could probably talk to Wolfie, who I've actually invited to this server, and he may come in. I don't know if he's received the email yet. You know, it's pretty early in the morning in Australia right now, but
Yes,
I've got
it
no
is.
idea where he is. But he
'Cause-
uses the Skywatcher and the Optron mounts. Ioptron, yeah. And he's got a nice one for his camera that he tracks the satellites with. Now, the one that I use is a Explore Scientific Exos 2 PMC mount. They're about $700. So they're
I've heard
comparable.
good things about those.
Yeah, they're comparable, and they've got a weight capacity of 28 pounds. And my scope is, what, 15 or so? I can't put the big scope on it. I've got to get like a G11 for that. And those are going to be a while because they're like $3,500. But here's the thing that I learned about this Exos 2 Go-To mount. I didn't understand it when I first got it. I thought that by a Go-To mount I could polar align it.
Happy boy. Bring him in.
I thought I could polar align the thing and then tell it to go to the Orion Nebula, and it would at least be in the eyepiece. It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Uh-oh.
No.
They are not that accurate, for finding things. But here's what they're really good. You combine it with something called astrophotography tool. And then run the thing through the computer using an interface called ASCOM. Very simple to do.
Now you have go-to.
And what you do is, you polar align it, and then you tell it to go and have a look at the Orion Nebula. Well, you go over there and there's no Orion Nebula, but there are stars. And what it'll do is it'll take a picture of those stars
and identify the field.
and identify them through something called plate solving and say, okay, well, you think you're here, but you're actually looking here. And then you can sync the mount to say, well, I'm not here, I'm actually here. And then what you do is you do a second slew and bring it over to Orion. It's right in the center. You have to do that with every single object. As long as when you point the thing, it's within 5 degrees of where you think you are, the scope can find what it's looking at.
Excellent.
And then once you do that, you can actually... So it's kind of like, if I want to go to your house, I can reliably find your city. I may even be able to find one of your neighbors and your neighbors will say, no, it's 3 houses down that way. And then I go over there and I'm at your front door. That's the way it works.
Wow.
But you have to use outside software, and the cool thing about that is that it's free. Now, girls,
This is true.
what is your major malfunction back there? That's Gracie trying to talk to me a little
download
bit.
that and try it out because
Hello, Scrappy Boy. How you doing tonight?
Oh, good,
I've
good.
tried
Just trying
doing the 3-star line and it doesn't work all too well.
The-
That I've found.
the radio system I'm, doing. I gotta figure out a camera that works with the Raspberry Pi that is also waterproof. And yeah, I'm having a trouble trying to find that is also small enough and,
Huh?
Oh, there's several radio guys in this chat.
Yeah, you got radio
no.
guys? That's
No,
something
no,
I
camera.
really know nothing about, man.
it's a camera. I need a camera that is waterproof, semi-compact, works with the Raspberry Pi,
USB.
USB.
Why don't you just use a GoPro Hero 4 and put it in a waterproof case?
Well,
It doesn't
because
work.
you've got to cut a hole in the waterproof case to add the cable, so it's kind of redundant.
Well, you can seal
Anyway,
that.
the GoPro doesn't speak with Linux.
Oh,
no way.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I could get those $20 or whatever adapters that goes HDMI, but then I have the trouble of I need something that's an HDMI, and I could get an RCA camera that then I do RCA to HDMI. That's another $20 and then another $20, and it's just probably cheaper.
Try a Chinese cheap camera. They have a lot of them.
You could get a composite to USB. You know what I mean? An adapter that goes from composite to USB, and then just use a dash cam.
Composite video is not great quality.
Well, it depends on
Yeah,
what-
I know.
No, it is not. Now, on the Discord channel, in the general group, I've posted a photo that I took with a cell phone of the Andromeda Galaxy.
Ooh, here's a good camera. Is this? Ah, it's fucking RCA. Dang it! But it's a $14 camera.
Put a link to it in my electronics. No, I meant Hey, Scraps, put a link to that camera in my thing if it's on my
It's
server.
on Newegg. I do not know anything other than the camera is $14.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dogs are starting to be a pain in the butt here. Let me see if I've got some pictures here that might be of interest to people.
Yeah.
Here's one I took the other day. This is 5 images that are stacked but no processing. Let's make that a little smaller. Those aren't mine.
On a scale of like, well, y'all don't let me. On a scale of like 0 to 10, 10 being the best idea and 1 being the worst idea, how bad of an idea would be taking a regular off-the-shelf camera, a USB camera, and just putting it inside a plastic box and sealing that bad boy up with a lot of silicone and everything?
How wet does it need to get?
Rained on?
Rained on is easy. I think that would work great.
Yeah, rainbow should be fine. I mean, you could even
And
get
also high, 80-mile-per-hour winds.
I was going to say,
Because
you
it's
could
gonna be
even
going-
get stuff, a cheapish UV or Yeah, protection filter, and silicon that on the outside, so you don't even have to have the front element of the camera lens exposed to chance getting water in through that way.
Oh, I was gonna put a piece of plastic or plexiglass or something on the front.
Now,
but
what
yeah,
you do
I,
is to deal with the extreme wind is you mount. Obviously, you're going to have the container, and you don't want it airtight. So to keep the moisture out, just mount like say a resistor in the cabinet with the camera, and apply current to the resistor.
well,
You
I
know what
can drill a hole in the bottom so
Yeah.
water won't get up. I mean, the bottom can be open as long as the
Well, you
top
put
is
a-
securely on there.
Well, what I was
Well,
gonna
he's
say,
talking
you
about
put a hose
the problem
coming
of
out of the bottom.
condensation.
You put a hose coming out of the bottom of the container, which is just dead ended, and then
Yeah.
you put a resistor inside that box, like a 5-watt resistor, and just apply current so that that resistor is putting out 2-3 watts, and that will keep the condensation out of your box.
Well, if I do that, then I'd have to like wire a bunch of cables and stuff like that. But if I just do the camera, I just want to have a single cable, because it's just gonna go on the back. There's absolutely, other than the brake lights, no wires in the back. Actually, I take the wires for the brake lights and the trailer lights.
Well, there must be power back there of some kind.
Well, yeah, trailer lights and brake lights, but that requires to get to the brake lights. Requires like taking apart the whole back of the Jeep because it's.
How are you powering the camera?
Gonna run a cable underneath the body or through the frame rail.
You use a cable that's got more than 4 wires in it.
Well, yeah, I guess.
And then you use 2 wires for the resistor.
I hate you and your logic.
2 to power the camera, 2 to power the resistor, and then the other 2 is for the video
Okay,
signal.
so I just need to find a good USB camera now.
Yeah.
And also probably an extender.
Actually, all you need is a piece of Cat5 net cable.
Well, there's no point in that.
Yeah, because you can use the stranded Category 5 net cable, and it's tight twisted pair, so the video will come back through it no problem.
And just cut it, add in the cable, and yeah, I guess I could do that.
Like Jose would say, boom, you got her.
Now the question is, should I put in one light, one camera, 2 cameras, 3 cameras, 4 cameras? I mean, how many should I put in?
That's
I do. Okay, so on my Jeep, I have a 95 Jeep Wrangler. I have a front attachment and a rear attachment, so I can attach via the front and the rear to a trailer.
Just remember, you need a video return line for each one. Or, you know, that.
Yeah, and how many watts can you draw from a Raspberry Pi?
Well,
From a single USB channel.
Well, you'd be getting the power straight from its own 5-volt regulator for all that crap.
That's
Yeah, I could do its own 5 volt.
Yeah, because the camera itself is 5 volts. That's going to get its power from the low voltage. Now, the resistor would be just 12 volts straight from wherever you're getting power from to begin with. That's power.
I'm getting power from a 12-volt battery.
Right. So you'd make
car battery.
You'd make a point to make the warming resistor run off 12 volts, so you don't have to have this stress.
The Raspberry Pi regulators are woefully underpowered, and you basically need a separate powered hub if you want to power anything that draws.
So I could just buy a powered USB hub?
He could power the camera with this LM7805. That'd probably power about 4 cameras. And you just mount the chip right back there with the cameras in the little box.
Okay, so now let's figure out what camera I should get. I mean, I want to get a pretty cheap camera. $6?
Yeah. I can go on this sometime.
I don't think that camera is going to be good enough. $6.
Yeah. Me and you and Attic Rack can go on sometime, and I'll get him to draw you a schematic.
It's pretty simple. I mean, I'd appreciate it, but it's pretty simple, it sounds like.
That way it's guaranteed right first time.
Yeah, but I gotta figure out what camera I want. I want a pretty small one. So, less footprint. But how many should I mount? Should I mount 1? I think I'm gonna minimum mount 2. But I also kind of want some for the wheels. You know, pointing towards the wheels. Those are cool. I don't know how cool, but they seem pretty cool, and I do a little bit of off-roading, and it would be nice. You know, I could have all 4 wheel cams and then a front and reverse camera.
Because that's how I power stuff. I'll actually literally just run the single cable and make it do everything I need it to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you, I like to minimize the number of cables.
Yeah. So should I just do 2, or should I do like 4, like 6?
It's whatever you think. This is
But
your
I don't
project.
know. I mean, is it worth buying? I don't know. I don't know if it'd be able. I don't have a Raspberry Pi right now. I haven't bought anything. I'm still deciding on what I want to do before I buy anything, and then go back on what I'm buying.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as you can see, I'm running Discord on the thing.
Yeah, but I don't know how many cameras it could currently have on at once.
It would depend on your resolution.
Yep.
Okay, let's do 1080p 30.
Yeah, because I've ran 6 before, but I didn't run them at P. All right,
Yeah.
40 to 640. Yeah. Remember, 1080p is a fairly high resolution.
Yeah, now I gotta figure out how much I want to spend on one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I cheap out and get like the $6 ones, or spend like $50
You know,
on them?
you know what I would do for the first round of experimenting and having fun? Not spend $50 per camera. I'd buy the cheapest crap you can find, and start with that to experiment with, and then upgrade if you decide you like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Buy the cheapest $6 camera. I bet that's trash.
For some reason there, Bob, I can't move the Judy.
Smoked some weird buzz.
There's a 1080p camera, and it's $9.
Experiment. Didn't work.
Bet that's got a. Does that have a T9 or quarter thread on the bottom? Doesn't show me a picture of the bottom. Darn it. It would be nice to have a screw at the bottom. That way I could just weld a nut or the bolt to the frame and then just screw that on top. That'd be super easy. Oh, it looks like it does? Yeah, it does. And I can also angle it too. Ooh, that is nice. Ah, but how do I... Okay, so this one right here, do I just glue it once I get into the right position? Because you can angle it every way. Yeah, I guess I just put some epoxy or something on it. Hot glue it. That way it can't spin or anything. Yep.
Hello.
What do you want me in here for, Glass?
I say you come in and join in with us. You look like you're all alone and bored.
Oh, gamblers in Boston.
Awesome. Bye. That's squirt.
Good morning, Terry.
Yeah, I was just sneaking in down the bottom here. Don't let me stop the conversation.
And I say you're up early. What are you doing on here this early?
I told you I had to go and drop the missus off.
And you're back already?
Oh yeah, I've been back for the last 10 minutes. I had more than 2 hours sleep, like some people.
Yeah, all right. So I only had 2 hours sleep last night. I couldn't go to bed. Somebody was wrong on the internet.
Oh well, that means you'd never get to bed.
Speaking of sleep, I need some, so thank you.
See you.
Oh, me too.
Everyone's
Have a
dropping
nice
off.
talk.
It's only morning here.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. You hear me?
Weird how that happens.
I'll be right back. I'm back. So tell us something that we need to learn.
Flat Earth.
I've always been kind of interested in those Raspberry Pis. I don't really know very much about them.
Yeah, I'm running a Pi 4.
Well, tell us about it, because I'd like to learn a little bit more about them.
I'm not sure what to explain. It's just a computer.
Yeah, it's just a computer.
Well, what do you use it for? I mean, what's the
So
application that you would use it for? I mean,
I'm
versus
surfing
using a
Discord with
laptop.
it. I'm on here. I'm on Discord with it right now.
Yeah, it's a regular computer.
Yeah, I'm just Discording with it.
But it's very small. It's ARM architecture, so it doesn't heat a lot. It doesn't gets hot, and it consumes low power. So it's good
Yeah,
for a
5
machine that
volts.
you need to keep turned on, for some time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm planning to hit one up with an SDR, software-defined radio, to set up an ADS-B receiver, so that I can so that I can show certain people that there's this thing called the radar horizon.
The apparent horizon or the
Well, that's the thing, because we're talking frequencies that are only just over a gigahertz. Not really very much in the way of refraction at all from from a standard refraction point of view. So the apparent radar horizon and the geometric radar horizon are pretty much the same damn place. There are conditions that will screw with it, but they're pretty unusual and pretty dang rare as well. And of course, I'm in a perfect position for doing that here because I don't exactly have much in the way of terrain to block the signals. Well, certainly not for anything that's too, between north and east. And it's also handy that about 20 or 30 miles from me, heading sort of from the southeast to the northwest, is the main traffic route from Dubai to North America. So plenty of stuff at altitude coming past.
Well, what I was thinking about using one for, if I understand it correctly, is that they have a number of USB ports on them and they also have a LAN port on them. I was thinking about strapping one to the leg of my telescope mount, because right now I have to bring a whole computer out there and run everything with all the wires and every such thing off to a computer sitting on a table. I thought that maybe I would plug them all into the Raspberry Pi, which was integral to the mount, bundle up all my cables and keep them neat, and then just run a LAN cable directly to the Raspberry Pi and then operate it from inside the house without having to haul all that extra crap out there.
It's good. I mean, the thing with the Raspberry Pis is they use Linux, so you kind of have to factor that into the equation.
Yeah, that would involve learning another system.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure if that. I believe there have been attempts, at least, to port Windows 10 to it.
I thought I saw something about that, and running Windows 10 on it would work if there's enough memory on them.
Raspberry Pi 4 can run Windows, yes. Windows is already running on ARM processors. The problem before was the memory, as you mentioned. It's not a problem anymore because Raspberry Pi 4 goes from 1 gigabyte to 80 gigabytes of RAM. So problem solved.
I figured out what was wrong with the other room there, Dr. Bob, and fixed it. Hello, Gambler.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hey, Glass.
And Scraps is here too.
Let me set up OBS very quickly.
Yeah. Live Bob. Remember, we're live. We're on YouTube.
And what channel may this be?
The YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I didn't think we were. I just went and looked, and I didn't see the live thing for it.
Yeah, that's why we're in live pod rather than in 24-hour conversation.
Look in VC
Oh.
text, Gambler.
My YouTube's lying
There
to
you go.
me.
That's it, right there.
When would YouTube lie?
Every day.
Yeah.
When is it not lying? Is the better question.
So that's why they don't be firing up the stream there, Gamma.
I'll check notifications and see if it came through there.
We're over on Common Sense Science, my secondary YouTube channel. This is
that's why I can't find it, Bob.
Ah,
I put a link to the stream in the text.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're there. It's my smaller channel. It's just I basically wanted to just put this up so that we could introduce the Discord to that audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now what are you doing here as far as setting up OBS and such? Are you watching this through OBS or are you putting it out over it?
I'm setting up my webcam over OBS so I don't
Gotcha.
have to simultaneously hit video and screen at the same time.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
Now he can show us the electronics he's designing.
Well, that sounds cool.
Both of us are designing.
Well,
It's kind of a crossbreed.
Well, there you go. You got another sub over there on Common Sense.
There you are.
Yeah. I could show Scrappy how to run his video signals through a couple tubes. That way he wouldn't need a actual switch. He could just use tubes.
I put you on as a moderator so that you could share video.
I do have a bunch of tubes.
I know.
I don't have as many as you, but I do have a bunch.
It's not my fault. I only got 80,000.
I think Bob needs to clear his reds in his Discord. He's got a lot there that he hasn't read.
Yep. Right.
What do you have it in? Voice chat? Oh, here we go. Yeah, you guys are up in general rather than voice chat text.
So, Glass, what made you think about inviting me over here?
I thought you might join New World.
This is kind of a new Discord that I've set up. And what we're doing here is this is just basically going to be some nice conversations. This is a flat earth free zone. You know, we're not here to debate and argue and do stuff like that. It's just a nice way to kind of kill time while we're all sitting out here on home restriction.
Yeah.
Be some interesting folks to talk to. These aren't the normal people that you see. These aren't the normal folks that you see out on some of the other chat channels that I've been on.
I'll make you feel jealous because I don't have restrictions.
Well, you don't need them because you took care of them.
The obvious joke is you don't see normal folks here.
Alright, for USB, what are the color codes? What is red? Is that 5 volts?
Red is power. White
Black
is
is ground.
Yep. White and green are the differential pairs.
And
Yeah.
black is ground.
Green and white are RX and TX.
Okay, and then
No, it's actually not that. It's a differential pair.
Remember, USB is both directions.
Half duplex.
RX and TX. Yeah, it is RX TX though.
Yeah.
I've proven that with electronics that would only go one way. Prove that they were in fact RX and TX.
Okay. And OBS is having a great time with my system. Do I have KiCad installed? No, I don't.
You will soon will have.
Well, let's go with this for now.
Click here.
And just like that, I get doxxed.
Anybody watched movies in here yet with everyone?
Not yet.
Okay.
Save changes. There you go, Sensible. That will, or Bob, there's one that will be kind of useful for you if you want to ever use it, so you don't have to have quite as many mods. It's called Camera On. If you want to use it, that'll give them the ability to hook cameras.
Well, let's go have a look and see what it is. Where do you have it? Out in the chat?
No, I just created a role in the roles world there, you know, where you add roles.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to implement it now in this room so it will work. Where it is? Camera on. There.
That's your light. That's a light pollution map there.
Yeah, that's my virtual camera.
I did something funny. Here we go. Let me turn on my camera real quick.
Yeah, I can do an actual real camera. Or just with the thing, but not through OBS. I can do mine that way.
I made a USB device
No,
that
not that
just
one.
controls the motor.
There you go, Bob. If you
right.
if you attach the roll on to anyone, they'll be able to use cameras in this room.
That makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
all
appreciate
that
it.
roll does. You know, some of the other little default trick switches are on, but they wouldn't matter if they're on or off.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't work.
That roll out cameras, out turning them into a mod that will get them do the camera thing.
All right, I'll play with them a little bit. Alan's got some nice shots of the moon here.
Let's double check that.
Yeah, but I wish you'd take him around the right way, Bob.
Well, that's the issue right there. I wish I could flip that over because it appears to be upside down.
There you go. A full moon with stars in the background on a single exposure.
But where are the stars in this current image with the blue sky?
Yeah, I wonder where the blue sky. Oh, hang on. Where's OBS gone? There's OBS. Might help if I turn off a set of images.
Is that the only way I can show my background video thing that I've got, Alan, that I use for Zoom in here?
Yeah, it would be start OBS, set it up, and then fire up. Then start the virtual camera and tell Discord to use the virtual camera as your camera choice.
Mm-hmm.
That works. As I click the button there, camera on, his camera popped on. The second I get in that roll.
Just had to clean up some debris behind me.
What did you do?
He always has that cool streaming thing there. Ellen does. There's camera.
It doesn't give me a choice to go to Discord in OBS. Bugger.
No, you go to OBS.
Yeah, I'm in
OBS.
OBS. I'm in OBS, and when I
No,
go to
sorry,
sort,
you go to Discord.
Who's
So
having OBS problems?
You use Discord. You go to Discord and tell Discord to use the OBS virtual camera as its camera, and then you can do what I do and stream.
Well, Alan, I see all these nice pictures you're putting out, and I know what they are. You got Comet Neowise and a bunch of other stuff. Why don't you tell us what you're showing us?
Well, there's the ISS at the moment. Another ISS shot. These are all like I've got a folder full of images, and there we go. My best ISS shot to date. A whole bunch of random astronomy space-related photos in a folder that OBS just cycles through as a slideshow. That's more ISS. Jupiter.
Right.
Through my 600
sometimes designing a little circuit for Squirt there to rig up his cameras and power them. So I might be designing a small circuit for him.
Yeah, and of course Jupiter and the Galilean moons. Again, these were all with a camera lens rather than a telephoto. I think that one's Mars.
On the text channel in the Discord, I put the best picture I've got of Jupiter so far, which that was a task for several reasons.
Yeah. I managed to get Jupiter, there's Saturn. I managed to get Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars all in the same evening. But a 600mm lens is really a bit small for the planets. Oh, and that's Venus taken back in April, and you can really see the phase. And shot of the moon. Oh yes.
I don't know what I did, but I took 2 vibrating motors and
You took 2 vibrating motors. Just remember, this is an adult channel, so it's okay to talk about the vibrating motors.
These actually came out of a PS4 controller that broke. I didn't take these out. No vibrating.
Can be used to fulfill that purpose.
They can be they can be used as that purpose now. Because on a Switch. But that's not the purpose they were originally intended for. But yes, I can use them for that purpose now.
Wrong spot on the body.
Yeah, I mean, it's really vibrating. Kind of hard to control.
Remember, you could always kill the power on that thing.
That sound it makes. Is that loud? Is that loud?
Definitely. It's way too loud.
It was audible,
Way too
yes.
loud?
Let's not do that again.
Well, I can do this.
You caused someone to leave.
I can turn my volume down and turn it up.
The 3mm eyepiece that I used for that picture, it turned out to be fine. It's just I didn't have anything to properly take a picture using it.
you want me to go back to my Discord, Alan? You can show me what to do here for the camera thing.
I shall do that in a minute. Yeah, hang on just a second. I was just typing in the text.
So is this primarily like an astrology channel of sorts, or just regular science stuff?
Anything science.
Anything science, including
Yeah.
trying to debunk flat Earth theories.
Yeah, anything from computers to cooking.
Computers to cooking.
Well, there's science in cooking.
Yeah.
Or cars.
Just
Sorry,
remember,
I forgot cars. 3
bacon,
C's.
eggs.
Cooking, computers, cars. Carpentry. There's another C, so there's 4 C's.
Well, I've got a planes, trains, and cars tab on my Discord server.
What this
No
channel is
matter
set
how
up
long
to
the
do,
train of C's is, don't add a P at the very end, please.
what this channel is set up to do is provide just a little bit of basic science. I like to stream the telescope through it. It's kind of a companion channel to my Flat Earth debunking channel, where we just kind of don't deal with the silliness over here, but just some interesting stuff like proving the Earth rotates and gravity exists and ways to test for it at home for homeschoolers and things like that. So it's kind of science and tech. Not really university level, maybe just, maybe upper high school, early years of college. But stuff that people would find interesting.
That's no good to me.
How to test for gravity at home. Go outside.
It's great because I barely survived in college.
Yeah.
Oh, gravity.
Try to calculate how much. Try to figure out how much fat and oils we can extract from an attic.
Somebody's buzzing pretty bad. Got a lousy connection.
Oh, is it me? Probably because I'm over here vibrating a motor. But isn't it negative 9.81 meters a second square?
Yeah, it's you, Scrappy. Your audio's in pretty bad shape.
Am I still doing it?
Yep.
You're not doing it
How
to
about
me.
now?
Where's it coming through, YouTube or here? Because it sounds alright to me on my end.
I was listening here on
You're coming
Discord.
through
Yo,
crackly. You're coming through crackly.
I'm coming through crackly?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's on my end. What I probably ought to do is
Very
reboot
tiny
real
bit.
quick. Give me a second, I'll reboot and I'll be back.
How
in a
about here?
minute.
Glass.
I just
Bob, looks like I have a pack of bulbs, but they're not.